Hello, everyone! We're back for another week. I hope you haven't missed us too much. Today, I am joined by the lovely, lovely cast of Anarions Rest. How about you all introduce yourselves?
Hi, it me. I'm Mare. I'm playing River, the multi-class artificer. Multi-class with what? He's a warlock. That's my special fact of my character. How about that? How's that work, Grim?
That works for me.
Hey everybody, I'm Confounded and I'm playing Gullineth the Rogue. And a fun fact about Gullineth is they really like fun facts.
Hey everybody, I'm Adam and I'm playing Rue, the halfling cleric. That's right. And fun fact about them, they're missing part of their index finger on, let's say, left hand.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm next. I'm also playing Beldis Stonesong, the Dwarven Bard. Fun fact about Beldis. Should have thought about this earlier. His best friend is also a dwarf.
Oh God. All right. It's you, Jen.
Yes, I thought you were going, and I was so.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I have to mess up the order every time, right? I'm Jen. I'm playing Maggie, the furball druid. And fun fact about Maggie: her favorite animal is a deer because they are lithe and graceful, and that is what she longs to be.
Such a sweet dear. Hey everybody, my name is Kari. I am playing Karis, the tiefling wizard. And a fun fact about her is that she collects rocks. Where does she keep these rocks? In a purse. There's lots of rocks in there.
Makes a great weapon.
I know, I saw you all waiting. Hey everyone, my name is Graham, or Graham Crackers, and I'm your wonderful DM for tonight, for this lovely, lovely cast. And to bring us back up to stuff, let's see, let's get some music going on. Let's get some horror music. I'm feeling it. Last session, the group of adventurers traveled along the trade way, escorting the last caravan of the season as autumn fell. Heading through the Plain of Bones, they ventured forth. A typically uneventful journey was stopped suddenly during the middle of the night when a large creature of shadow and death murdered a camping family a little ways off. Our adventurers decided to take a look at what was going on during the daytime and discovered a box with divination magic on it and the symbol of the Wainwright Company. Fairly soon after, as the caravan continued moving on, the caravan itself was accosted and trailed by a mist, a cloud of accumulation that hovered above the party, traveling at fast, terribly, impossibly fast speeds. The group continued on until they found a city that was long abandoned with a massive temple in the center. Our group decided to head in there, and the cloud did not follow. Once there, the group decided to test out the sentience of this cloud through a various amount of trials and tribulations, as the rest of the party, Rue and Magfiel, decided to go to the temple. Once they entered the temple and were taking a look around, they began to hear clawing and scratching from the 4 side rooms of the main hall. Rue, Maggie, you hear this scratching at the timbers, old and worn, yet still having some level of strength left in their sturdy barriers, as a grating, almost bone-chillingly grasp on this wall just goes, as if something is trying to scramble and scrabble through whatever rubble is preventing it towards you. A moment passes. You can roll a perception check if you would like.
25.
24.
Wow.
we're
What?
very
The most perceptive were also the two to walk into the ambush. Okay. So the two of you, what you see, well, what you hear rather, is 4 set feet, humanoid, from behind these doors. Closest to you, the first 2 seem to be opening, or the first 2 open. The other 2 seem as if they are prone, and they are having some difficulty getting up right from the rooms that they reside in. You also hear the braying of hyenas cackling a bit off from the temple down these streets to your left, right, and north of you. And being the smart cookie I am, I had everyone roll initiative first. Rue, it is the start of the order. What do you do?
That's a great question. I think we heard them kind of like all around us in the building with us.
Yeah, so you can hear 4 distinct individuals in the building with you. The hyena cackling and laughter is coming from a ways off outside of the building.
Does that sound like 4 distinct individuals or more?
The individuals outside of the temple that are cackling, yeah, you can definitely pick out. It is definitely significantly more than 4 individuals. It is best estimate upwards of 20-30.
Okay.
Um,
Rue is.
You
Sorry, go
also
ahead.
would hear the shouting of the caravan guards that were left behind with the circle of wagons as they begin to shout orders to defend the caravan.
Fun. Rue will cast Spiritual Weapon, and it is kind of like a large meat tenderizer, and cast that nearby, and kind of hold the action if anything comes within striking distance, which I think is 5 feet. Yes, it will attack, and then she'll look to Mag and say, "Mags, I don't think we're alone in here."
I don't think so either.
And she'll just stay there because she is not fast.
Alright, Beldis, you hear the call to arms from the caravan itself. You're about halfway in between the group that went to investigate the mist and halfway between the group at the temple. You hear the cackling of the hyenas, and out of the corner of your eye, in one of the alleyways between 2 of the buildings, you see a gnoll. The gnoll is wielding 2 jaggedly edged javelins and a sickle that is still wet with blood. It does not appear to have seen you.
It has not seen me. It's how far away?
It is about about 75 feet.
Okay. That's a distance. So I'm halfway between group A that's sitting by the edge of where the purple mist that sucks people dry is, and group B who's decided to go check out an abandoned temple that couldn't have anything wrong with it. I'm the smart one. And the call is coming towards the temple, so I'm going to start making my way there. But this one can't see me. You know what? We're going to go at dwarf speed. Because dwarf speed is the best speed. And I'm going to dash back towards my friends in the temple, because there's a chance they're going to get squashed otherwise. And the other ones, I don't want to deal with a purple cloud of death. That's just terrifying.
All right. Oh. All right. Would you like to move your token?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I decided it was fair to let you go on turn 1 because you're still starting out so far away from everyone.
What was that? Right about there?
Yeah, so I think your movement speed is what, 25 feet?
25 whole feet.
So you can go
Oh,
to about here.
to about there. Okay. Well, then we're going to go to about there. Cool.
All right. Anything else? Oh, we'll use any bonus action stuff.
Ooh, bonus action stuff indeed. They are. How do I get that measuring thing to figure out how far it is between me and them? My friends. They are too far away. Nothing. I do nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seeing as you do nothing. You know what? Give me a stealth check just for shits and giggles, because why not?
That is a dwarf stealth of 6.
Oh man. Well, the dwarf stealth of 6 loses to a null perception of 8.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Deaf leading blind kind of moment here.
it is now the Knoll's turn. So, in the temple itself, the first 2 doors begin to clamber as something heavy slams into them. A snarls out as the first 2 doors burst off their hinges, and these rotten, mottled remains of gnolls with the flesh stripped bare, yet their arms are carved and shaved into jagged, knife-like edges as these skeletal gnolls begin to lurch, bent over, as they a bit of half run, half walk over the rotted remains of this temple towards you all. And I believe they are both going to be... Alright, so one is going to make its way to Maggie. The other one is going to not be able to make it to you both, so they'll use the dash action, and you can make a reaction attack with your spiritual weapon, because they are within 5 feet of it. Rue?
That's 18 base. Let me double check here. 25 to hit.
That will hit, yep.
Okay. And that is 11. Kind of what damage is this? Spiritual? Is that a thing?
I think it's force. Or
yeah,
is
it
it
is
bludgeoning
force.
or force? Yeah. All right. Two. Wow, I'm popular today. I'm gonna turn my phone off. All right. So describe how you take down this gnoll, Witherling.
Oh, sweet. I think she kind of like moves with it, like she's directing it with her hands, and then it'll, swing itself around and just bonk it right on the head.
And bonk you do as this creature just goes scattering to the winds. Its remains dashed against the stones beneath you. Maggie. The other one is going to take a swipe at you.
Alrighty. Come at me.
Alright, it is going to... And that one's probably not going to hit you. As it takes a swing with its arm, just kind of trying to slash at you with the air as it leans in, missing you, using the momentum of its first swipe to try and bite with those rotten teeth. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not.
Alright, its jaws clack shut with the force of that uncomfortable sound as teeth meet teeth. The knoll outside, closest to Beldis, armed with just the javelins, begins to move into the square itself of the city. It eyes with a slavering maw Beldis as it looks at you. As it reaches back and throws a javelin. Well, my dice don't like me today. That's a second nat 1 of the of this combat.
Your dice like me, though.
Yeah, oof. All right. Maybe I'm going to switch these dice out.
No, leave them.
As its attack goes wide, it reaches and pulls a second javelin out of a simple hide sheath that is clearly made out of humanoid skin. And I'm going to do some moving elsewhere. But that will bring us to Maggie's turn.
Alrighty. Okay. I am going to snap my fingers and bring out sparkles. So my glowing fiery bee comes and spins around my hair for just a second. And then I am going to move. And I'm going to try to make roll 20 work. So let's see if I can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do that. You know what? Let him take an opportunity attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do, and then my spirit's turn will come after that. But if he wants to do his attack,
Yep, its attack is a 6. I don't think that's going to be sufficient.
misses. So shoot. I wish I could have done this in a different order. I'm so sorry, Rue. I didn't mean to leave you behind. That's what Maggie's going to say. And I'm gonna do fiery teleportation. So I'm gonna snap my finger again, and Sparkles is gonna get lighter and lighter and lighter, and then Sparkles and I will appear 15 feet closer on the stairs. Right there on the stairs. And that's my turn.
All right. Golanath, you
Yeah.
are about 2 turns away from the temple itself if you take the dash action. The nimbus in front of you, that ruby red and black cloud that has been hovering on the outskirts of the city, has not moved.
Okay. I'm able to see this knoll here, right?
So you are not on the battle map currently.
Okay.
I just moved you guys to the bottom so that you can roll initiative. You are about 120 feet.
I'm gonna
away.
dash to join. So 35, that's 70 foot
Okay.
to try and cover the gap.
You can do so. As you are sprinting, would you like to roll me a perception check?
Sure.
Or any other skill check? I think that, given that you have 2 turns and you know that there's combat, if you have either stealth or perception, I'll let you choose one or the other.
Oh, well, yeah, I've got stealth. I have advantage on stealth, and I'm like very proficient at it.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 28.
28. All
Yeah,
right.
natural 20.
Woohoo! All right. I will mark that down. Bring us to next in the order is River.
So you said that there was also shouts coming from the caravan.
Yes.
How far is the caravan from where we were watching the death cloud?
Caravan is about 400 feet to the east.
Oh, so we went in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Because you were
Um,
the party that was sent in further into the city
Okay,
itself.
that makes sense. In that case, I would like to, I can't do it, but give the whistle, the finger whistle. Fizzle, go. He will run and will dash for 80 feet as far as he can. I'm not sure how far that is since we're like on the edge of the map, but he's gonna go, and I'm also gonna do the same, but only 60 feet.
All right. Karis, are you doing anything while you are running, I'm assuming? Or are you brooming?
She's not running. She's
Yeah.
gonna broom and would offer to whoever's gonna jump on with her, and she's gonna fly 100 feet with her dash action.
All right.
Are you
They're
gonna
gonna
offer it to
zoom
anyone?
zoomy.
Are you gonna offer it to anybody?
Yeah, whoever's closest by the time when she hops on, she's gonna say, hop on, and then she's gonna go.
Yeah, so, River, if you would like to have gone with Karis,
You're totally welcome.
I think that's fine.
Hell yes.
All right.
I would totally like to hop on.
And
Got my
they don't go high. She like zooms along just above, I think, the dirt. So like there's this nice dust cloud behind them as they zoom.
I have my glaive leveled so it can be a nice shish kebab.
I love this picture. All right. That brings us to the top of the round. Rue.
Yeah. I think Rue will start with the bonus action and go ahead and swing the meat tenderizer at this other knoll. I guess I should roll an attack for that, right?
Yeah.
That is,
if you
20,
please.
23.
Yeah,
to
that's
hit.
definitely gonna hit.
Okay.
Roll that damage.
10 damage.
All
Snack,
right.
snack, she's making a snack.
Oh, yep.
Feeling that?
So your tenderizer smashes into the ribcage of this creature, splintering bone, and whatever rotten sinew is left, hanging to it like threads. It is standing, but wobbly.
How wobbly would you say?
Like pretty wobbly. I mean, you broke a lot of its bones. Most of the structure in the middle is ribs.
That's fair. They will go ahead and she sees, like, I think she thought that was going to be a killing blow. Like, she'll do that, like, cool turnaround thing, but then realized she didn't hear any bones hit the ground. So she'll look back to it, and you see the ramen noodles on her arm just start to glow and light up and just shoot forward at this thing. And it has to make a DC of 14 strength.
DC 14, alright. Of strength?
Yes.
Well, alright, that's the third nat one this pair of dice has given me. You know, it's going into the... It's out. It's out. That's a 3 total.
A bear.
Okay. So it's also going to take 3d6 force damage. Do I need to roll that, or is it just going to...
No matter what you would have rolled, it's gonna die as 1 HP. Do you want to describe it?
Yeah, you see these noodles all come out and just start ripping the bones off this thing, and like one grabs the lumbar and just flings it, and it all just crumbles to the ground.
Awesome.
And then I think she's just gonna move around the rubble because it's probably too large for her to just jump and make her way towards here.
All right. Anything else?
That's everything.
All right, Beldis, you are up.
So as that javelin goes flying by at probably a terrible angle, I'm just gonna watch it, point to that knoll. I've seen infants throw better than that, and with that, I'd like you to please fail a wisdom saving throw as I cast at 3rd level Dissonant Whispers.
All right,
At
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
All right. You know, I like that dice better. That is a nat 20.
Well, it definitely made it. On a failed save, well, it doesn't run away from me. Takes half the damage. So 6, 10. So I rolled 10, so 5 points of psychic damage.
All right.
And with that, I will. After saying that, I'm going to look straight to Maggie, who's apparently right next to me. Bonus action. And I say this as I walk past Maggie towards Rue. Hold the door, be back in a minute, and I will do Bardic Inspiration on Mags there. And that moves me to... And then my 25-foot movement into the room, I'm still a distance from anything.
There's just an awkward, like, thank you, thanks.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
That is all of my action economy this turn.
All right. The knoll closest to Maggie and yourself is going to throw another javelin. Does a 16 hit, Maggie?
Yes.
All right.
Maggie. As part of Beldis's Bardic Inspiration, being that he's a bard of the Valor College domain, you can use your reaction to add the D8 to your AC right now.
Yes, I will do that since that was exactly my AC.
Oh. Hey, Bob, can you describe to me what this looks like? Like, how does your bard magic look?
in the most badass 80s action hero way possible. After I walk by and just tap Maggie kind of gently on the arm there, so I'll be right back in a minute, that javelin probably comes passing, and I'm just going to think Maggie at that point just takes and slaps it right out of the way.
And then like looks strangely impressed with herself, like, wow, that was pretty okay. All right.
Imbued with the spirit of the action hero.
I think it's canon now. All
The
right.
real reason those fans are all like trying to touch the bards as they exit their shows. Get that sweet inspiration.
All right. As this happens, another gnoll comes into vision, Maggie, to the right of you, wielding a two-handed axe that looks like it was crafted from a bone of sorts, with a flecks of obsidian and various rocks kind of shoved into like the femur of some creature. It looks at you but is unable to make an attack this turn.
Maggie just looks disgusted. Just ew.
All right, and so inside the temple, the last of the two doors give way, and two more of these bone-like creatures exit the rooms. One scrabbling after Beldis, the other one making its way to Rue. Alright. Beldis, does a dirty 20 hit you?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. You take 1d4 plus 2 damage. You take 4 damage of bludgeoning as its club smashes into your side. It then follows up, well, that's cocked, then follows up with attempting to bite you. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 will miss.
Alright, so it narrowly misses its bite. Rue. The second one is going to do the same thing. I don't think an 8 with its club is going to hit. Does a 22 with the bite hit?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alright. This thing is going to chomp down on... Well, your arm is already outstretched, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's just going to chomp right down on that. That is 5 piercing damage.
I like it, like it.
And that is it for their turn. Karis, it is you. You are up. And
How far
Maggie, you
away?
are on deck.
How far am I?
So we said it was 140. You moved 100 in a round. So you are 40 feet away.
Okay, cool. From, I guess, just the battle map or from the battle?
Yeah, from the battle map. You are 40 feet to the battle map, and then...
Okay,
Move whenever you want.
so I guess I'm going to take my normal movement speed to take me 50 feet, so it would be 10 feet into the map at that point with me and River. Can I even move myself? That's a good question.
If
So
I did
we're,
my
like,
job correct.
here, I guess, together. And at that point, do I see these other gnolls outside the temple or whatever these things are?
Yeah, you can definitely see the 3 that are kind of closest to you on the battle map.
Okay, cool. Right. Let me quickly check because I didn't expect to actually close distance that fast. But
Rooms
that's
are
really
overpowered.
convenient. Yeah, so as she sort of zooms in and sort of like screeches to a halt in her broom by swiftly turning it sideways, she then, her hand starts to glow orange until it just fooms with fire, and she throws a firebolt at the nearest one, which is going to be the one, I'm going to ping it, it's going to be this guy right here.
Alright.
And so we're going to do a firebolt. Woo! 22.
That will hit.
Heck yeah. For that sweet 11 fire damage.
It's not looking great.
Cool deal. I think that's everything. Yeah.
All right, Maggie, you are up.
All right, just checking on the sound and positioning of the knolls outside of the temple. I just see 2 to the west and 1 to the east. Are there more sounds coming from anywhere?
You can roll me a perception check.
Would that be my action?
No.
Okay,
That
if
will,
it's not my action,
that will
I
just
sure will.
let me know which ones you're gonna be able to.
If I can
perceive.
tell, yeah. That is a 12.
12. You can hear that there is one, like the sound of footfalls running from this general direction.
Sorry, could you show me that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But you don't have visual on them as they have not rounded the corner.
Okay, and the one closest to me is the one that's not looking so hot?
Yes.
All right, I am going to step out just a tiny bit so that I can have a line of sight on one guy. And let me make sure I've got my measurements right. Yes, okay. I am going to cast Entangle, and I want the Entangle, I don't know how to mark this, but I want it to be centered on the knoll farther away from me, not the one that looks like he's not doing so hot. It's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, okay, so it's centered on the... Which one?
The further back knoll, the knoll
Okay.
that's behind, yeah. And I'm working on roll 20. I'm working on it. And entangle.
There we go.
So I'm the way I'm gonna do it is I kind of like lean over, kneel down a little bit so I'm closer to the ground, and I sort of say, if you wouldn't all mind to give us some help here, and encourage whatever weeds are in the area to grow and grow up around the whole area, like cover it with vines, but also especially grow up his legs and try to grasp hold of him. He has to succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained. And then also it becomes difficult terrain for anyone who runs through it.
All right, and this 20-foot radius. I need to make that bigger.
Trying to block the access point over on that side.
There we go. I think that's
fun.
right
Roll
side.
20.
Yeah, well, I get the gist.
Yes.
All right, so it's strength saving throw.
Yes.
All right, that is a 7. So they are
That
restrained.
fails. Yes.
Okay.
And then I am going to snap my fingers again, and Sparkles very briefly expands to look like a small swarm of bees, pops out of the air, pops right next to the one that's closest to me that's looking like he's not going to do so well, and all of the bees in the swarm are now backwards and poke him with their little butt needles, and they're going to make a flame seed attack. For 24. if that
That'll hit.
hits. Okay, I figured that might hit. And that, ooh, I rolled nice. That's 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that was on the
And then
one nearest to you?
Yes, and they do that, and then they pop out of existence and bamf back to me.
Okay.
This is technically a range attack, but that looks cool.
Okay, it is a spell, so I guess you can't pull your punches if what have you, but describe how you off this knoll who just got blasted with a firebolt.
Yes. All right, so the knoll that just got blasted with a firebolt, the bees really like fire, so they're going to go to the singed area, and all of their little needles are going to go into the singed area and like punch up, just sort of burning his flesh away until he falls over dead.
All right. Murder hornets. All right, Golaneth, you are up.
What's my distance to close, please?
So you ran 70, so I would say that you can probably you'd be on the map in 50.
Okay. I'm going to dash, so that would give me 20 foot into the map if you want to put wherever I would be.
Done.
Sweet. And do you need a perception check to see if I could see Flotchy over here?
I think you could probably see both of them. It's not nighttime, so...
Both of them. Where's the other one?
oh, whoops. So you have one to the left that's in a giant number of vines, and then you have one
It was
to the
under the
right.
turn order.
Oh.
Perfect place to hide.
Very meta move.
Mhm.
Yeah, they'll never see it coming.
These things are clever. Haha. Yeah, I'm just going to can I see Maggie? Like, what else can I see? What's this fountain thing? What's the height and dimensions of it?
So the fountain itself is about 15 feet across by 20 feet across. It's fairly ruined. There's no water in it. It's more of a remnant of the people that were here prior. It has some carvings on it that you don't exactly recognize. They are not in a language you speak.
Okay, cool. I'm going to short bow to this foul beast over here.
All right.
Let's see here. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Nope, that's a natural 1 plus 5 for 6.
Oof, I'm not the only one tonight.
Yeah, so looks like I'm gonna have to put the crit sickles in jail. Actually, it's been a nat 20 to a nat 1, so they're good right now. They're balancing out. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang my head in shame and be like,
You do have advantage on the attack because you were stealthed last
okay,
turn.
I'll take it. And that's gonna be 12 on the die plus 5, 17.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Plus sneak
and
attack.
Plus sneak attack.
So it's like you tripped, but then you didn't break stealth. So you're like, okay, no one saw
Right.
that.
It's like, I'm that good. All right, so because that's how I roll. Holy
Karis,
crap,
you have
there's no
a
way.
crit from L.
3d6. So I'm gonna, all right, I'm gonna roll the damage first. 1d6 plus 2, 3 on the die, plus 2, 5. Now sneak attack, 3d6, 5, 6, and 11.
All right, what's the total?
16,
16.
correct? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds right.
that sounds like math to me.
It does.
Your arrow strikes the knoll, causing it to stagger back. It is still standing, but very, very wounded.
Okay. I look at Karis and River, and it's like I didn't even need a broom.
Speaking of River, you're up.
Where Karis and I are on the map right now, is that where we actually are? Because we're on a broom?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would like to do is, like, since Karis is, like, only just above the ground, kicking up a dust cloud, I kind of want to, like, tumble roll off and start sprinting towards the right knoll as I run really fast as I cast Expeditious Retreat, so I'm able to dash up to 60 feet. And I would like to move right here, because I think I can still hit it with my glaive. And then my glaive kind of like makes a really loud booming cracking sound as I cast Booming Blade, and I would like to attack. That is a 21.
Yeah, that hits.
And I do only 5 damage. But if they move 5 feet or more before the spell ends, they take damage.
Okay. Good to know. Anything else?
I tell my lovely good boy Fizzle is trying to keep up with Golaneth, but he can't keep up
Yeah.
this turn.
All right, Rue, you are up. Beldis in the wings.
Rue, you've been given a crit from chat.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
TTRPG Fox, thanks. More tenderizing, please, is
Thank you.
the request.
I will use that at some point. I think my tenderizer is too far away at the moment. But I would like to move that just straight down 20 feet.
It could reach the one you're fighting. Because I believe it has 30 feet of movement.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah. Hey, I am nothing but a kind and benevolent DM. Why must you
and
hurt all of my monsters like this?
and yeah, I mean, if there's a crit given, I'll use it. Let's go.
All right. Roll damage.
Is it all dice roll twice? That's
Yeah.
that was not so great. So that's 13 damage because you don't
Well,
do the modifier, right?
these things only have 11 HP, so how do you do this?
We'll say this thing flies over what Rue could not walk over, and it shrinks down in size, and she kind of swoops it up off the ground and just like cleaves it straight up, like crotch to notch. I don't know what a notch is, but it's what I just wanted to rhyme. Yeah. And then after that, she is gonna move 25 feet down towards this other one. So thanks for the crit. I hope y'all liked it. What's that?
Smack.
All right. Bring us to Beldis. Beldis, you are currently engaged with one of the Witherlings.
It is nice to only be engaged with one. Well, we're going to do the typical bard thing, and we're going to stab it with a spear.
Okay.
Oh my lord, I might have actually hit. AC 17 as I thrust towards it.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah.
Ooh, for a whopping 6 whole points of stabity damage.
All right, this thing is pretty hurt as you kind of scrape away some of the spine.
Excellent. And with that, I'll look back down towards Maggie and give a quick shout of encouragement. Way to kick ass down there. And Maggie, take another bardic inspiration.
And you do get that sort of hesitant, half confused, like thumbs up.
Yeah!
I
Yeah.
wonder if later on in the campaign, every time Beldis has used Bardic Inspiration, no one thinks he's actually using it.
We just all think we're that much more badass.
Yeah.
That's the entire point. And that is all I'm doing this turn.
All right, that brings us to the Witherling's turn, and the vast majority of my enemies. The Witherling is going to attempt to hit you twice. Beldis, does a 17 and a 23 hit you? Yeah.
Had to find the screen to hit the unmute button. Yes, it did.
Okay. You take 9 damage altogether. 3 of it are piercing, and 6 are bludgeoning.
Okay.
All right, and then the gnoll in the good ol' entangle needs to make a strength check again, correct?
Yes, and that's its action.
All right, and the DC is higher than a 6.
Yes, it's definitely higher than a 6.
I think it's 14, right?
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
All right, they're gonna use the dash action as 3 more gnolls enter combat from the right side towards River. The one that was hit last turn. Let's see. Do axes have a 10 feet? I don't think they have 10 feet, is it? Great axe? Great.
I don't think a great
No,
axe has 10
I think
feet of
only
reach.
lances and glaives have it. The 10 feet reach.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
I guess halberds at that
And
rate.
halberds, yeah.
The other pole arms.
The other pole arm, yeah.
You know what? I don't think they would know that if they move, they're gonna get hit again. So it's gonna move and take
Cool.
1 step closer to you, trying to swing. Do you want to describe how you hurt my poor, poor, sweet hyena boy?
Yeah, so do I need to roll damage for this or no?
No. You don't.
Also, I completely did the damage wrong for this spell, but it doesn't matter anyway. Basically, he was wrapped in, sound, but as soon as he moves, it kind of activates it, and it just completely shatters his bones.
And it goes down with a series of whimpers dying out into nothingness. bringing us to Karis.
Sweet.
Karis.
So, at the news and derision of her broom, she sort of sniffs, rises a bit higher so that she gets a little bit of height. So she's about 20 feet off the ground. And she's going to target the new group of gnolls trying to head for River with my crit from chat. Her second hand, one holds fire right now, the other begins to frost over with icicles as she shoots a ray of frost aiming towards their feet to not only freeze their legs, probably terribly, but also the ground to make it, dangerous terrain.
Nice.
And was this the one on the left that's entangled or the ones on the right?
It's the ones on the right, so the
Okay.
group of 3 there. So she's aiming for the one that's in the most in front, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
And is it a attack roll or a...
It is an attack roll, but I added a crit, so it's technically a 27.
Yep, that'll hit.
So it's going to hit. And that is 13 doubled is 26 frost damage.
Let's see, how much HP does this... Well, you didn't kill it. Alright.
Perhaps.
26 frost damage. Yep, it's bloodied, but it is still standing.
That's fair. It's very frosty now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frost Knoll.
There is a terrible grin on Karis's face as she holds fire and ice in her hands.
Alright, anything else? 27 misses, actually.
And
Oof.
that's it.
Last words the party hears.
Maggie, you are up.
All right. I hold my hand out in front of me, and you see flames start to come up, and I'm almost sort of spinning them around my finger. And just for a moment, there's this confident look on my face, and it's lighting me up from the bottom, and I have a bit of a grin. And then I point, and I'm going to shoot scorching rays, and I've got 3, so I'm going to do 1 over to this guy. Can you see what I'm doing? And 2 over to this guy. And that is a... Ooh, I rolled an 18. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. And I rolled 2 1s on my damage, so let me just see if I add anything to that. No, it's 2 damage to the one I hit with 1, and
Hold on.
4 whole damage to the other.
Hold on. Can combat inspiration buff a spell?
For
I don't
damage?
think it can buff damage.
I think it buffs to hit.
No.
Yeah.
Combat
think it
inspiration
does
can also
damage.
buff damage.
Oh!
Well, then I will buff damage.
but
What do I
hold
buff
on.
it with?
Nope. It is. Or when an attack roll is made against the creature, use reaction to and then number 2, a weapon damage roll. Weapon damage.
Oh,
That's
that
not
would have been the
weapon.
most overpowered spell ever.
Yeah. So it slightly singes them.
They shrug it off. They're wearing this one is wearing an approximation of chainmail. It is mottled and rusty and covered in a reddish brown dusting, we'll say.
So then I'm going to be like, Sparkles, can you make up for that a little bit? And snap my fingers, and the swarm appears again and bamps over. And it's going to bamp over to that first dude, the one that I only hit with 1.
What were the 2
this
hits?
guy.
Did you roll the 2 hits against the second?
Yeah, it's the same roll. So
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
I'll
okay.
re-roll it if you
Well,
want
I think
me to. But
I think
it's gonna
Scorching
want
Ray you
go
have to
the
roll
other.
individually for all 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are
Well,
all
that's
separate
fine
attacks.
With me. that works. So the other one is 2 6s, so that's 12.
All
And
right.
then the third one, got stuck in my thing. The third one is 8, so that's 20 to the other guy, 2 to the first.
All right. The other one went from, being real good to being real crispy.
Not so great. So I'm gonna send Sparkles over to the first guy. Doop, and Sparkles is gonna do. I rolled a 19, so 26 to hit. I assume that hits.
Yep.
And that's 5 damage.
All right. How does this happen?
So that little scorched little area that that the knoll shrugged off as if it was nothing. Sparkles like turns
Oh,
around.
sorry. How much damage was it again?
8.
8. Okay, sorry, they are still standing.
Okay. Well
I
then
did my
Sparkles
math
just stamps
wrong.
back to me. It's all right. But Sparkles did aim for the little singe point so that, we just made it a little bigger. It looks a little better, a little more effective than my first scorching ray.
All right. Golaneth, you are up.
I would like to attempt to move into the fountain.
Sure.
If I could click the right thing. There we go. And try and get down back against the inside of the wall. Then pop up and short bow would need to be right about there. Short bow to that one.
Okay.
All right. So come on. Thank you very much. I've got a dog pushing me around over here. It's great. You ought to try it sometime. 13 to hit.
That will miss.
That will piss me off a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to take the cunning action and hide.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. 14.
Okay. You feel pretty hidden.
I'm good with that. Being pretty and hidden. Bad, nobody will see it.
River,
Pretty,
you are
comma, hidden.
up. Hey.
Oh,
Pretty and hidden.
I heard what I heard.
River, you are up. Rue on deck.
How far were we originally in feet when we were at the start of combat?
Oh my gosh,
From-
around 140-ish.
Okay.
Give or
So
take.
I was just trying to figure out if my dog could get up, which he can because he did a dash, then he had a regular move speed, and he'll have another regular move speed this turn. Anyway, I would like to move up a little bit and booming blade this one right here. That's a jerk. And I would like to attack, please.
Okay.
And I am rolling. I don't like that. Can I use my crit?
Oh, what was the result?
An 11.
Yeah, you can use your crit. I
would like to-
guess.
I can use my crit. How are we doing crits? Double damage or?
Double damage.
Okay, cool. Like just doubling it or rolling?
Roll and then double it.
Damage and then double it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, we don't get max damage and double damage.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Because max damage would be great until something big hits you, and then it's instant death.
8 slashing, 4 thunder, and then plus 2 for my strength mod.
Okay. Minus
And if they
2 from the strength.
move-
Minus 8. How do you do this?
Oh, shish kebab 'em.
Oh, he was 1 HP short of living.
And since I own, and there's one more behind.
Yeah.
And then I will, since I got a lot of movement from my thing, I've got probably about 20 feet. I'll just stand here guarding, and I'll tell Fizzle to go keep an eye on Golaneth. Can Golaneth see? Can Fizzle see Golaneth?
Yeah. What's Fizzle's passive?
Fizzle's passive perception is 10. Why can't I do math, y'all? Plus 3. I think it's like a 13.
Then no, it would not, because I believe Golaneth had a 14.
Hold on. No, it's 16. It's his,
It definitely sees Golaneth.
Golaneth comes, Fizzle comes up and guards you from right outside the fountain.
Yes.
Tail wagging.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? River. Okay. Rue, you are up.
All right. Question. Through this little doorway and broken wall, would Rue be able to see this action on the right-hand side?
Nope, I just didn't edit this map.
Okay.
That area is closed off.
Okay. Well, then that makes things a lot easier, I guess. Or does it? I don't even. Yeah. Rue will move up. And hang out here. I don't know. Well, maybe there. And she'll get her spiritual weapon as close as possible, but she's going to go ahead and pull out what looks like a salt shaker, and put some in her hand, and when she blows on it, flame comes out, and that's a dex save of 15 for that creature.
A dex save. Oh no. Oh no.
You all heard it here first, folks. They dumped their decks.
Yeah, that's a 2. Well, I mean,
Well,
if they
that's-
hadn't dumped their decks, they'd probably still be alive.
It's not gonna do it. That is 10. It's not sacred damage. What is it?
Radiant?
Radiant damage. Yes. Can we just make it sacred damage? Come on.
How do you do this? My poor sweet bony boys.
I mean, it's a little bit like watching like a flambe in action happen. Like you see like the little sparks of whatever flag off, and it just goes up.
All right. Beldis, you are up.
So as I watch this one just get engulfed in sacred flame, shouldn't be so salty. So my question now is do we have walls over on the east or the west side of this map? And can I hear the one yelping
so
that's currently
the
stuck?
temple itself is still all walled off. I just couldn't find a good temple map
Okay,
that
so
showed that. The only way in or out is behind you. There may be windows, but as you have not really been in these rooms or been in the temple, I think that you'd probably have to look.
gotcha. Not seeing anything else here then. I am going to make my way back out. I'm pretty much going to be right next to Maggie. Right there. Take a quick look around and don't really see too much, huh? Growth over on the side. That's it. But because I'm paranoid something's going to attack me, I'm just going to take my spear and just kind of quickly tap it on the shield. And with that, I'm going to put Blade Ward up on myself. So just in case. That's all I got.
All right. That brings us to the gnolls. The one that is tangled up is gonna once again roll a 11
No.
to get out. Nope.
15.
Well, that's it for him. The one near River is going to take a step forward. River, do you have the sentinel?
I do not have
Okay.
sentinel feet.
That was my greatest fear.
But that's a great idea, Graham.
Yeah. You know, you say that now until then I'm going to take it on all the enemies. Okay, and it is going to make 3 attacks. The first one is an 8 to hit, the second one is a 14, and the last one is a 12. Do any of those hit?
No, my AC is 17.
Oof. Alright, that is its turn. Bring us to Karis.
Karis is
Karis.
quite delighted. And which of the 2 gnolls that are left look the most haggard?
Neither of them have been hit.
Neither of them been attacked? Cool. So
One
she's
is tied
going-
up.
Yeah, she's going to descend on the one that's tied up because it can't escape. And is actually, gonna fly a bit closer just to, get some good range there.
The attack's at advantage if they're restrained.
Maybe? I think, let's see, let's pull it up. Restrained. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Yep.
So she zooms up a little bit closer and shoots another firebolt at this thing. Roll to hit. I'm pretty sure that a 25 hits.
Yep. Yep, that does.
Just very confident in that one. And then where's my d10s? What is that? Ugh. I hate that. And that will be 5 fire damage, unfortunately.
All right. It is still doing A-okay.
Yeah, for now.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Maggie, you are up. Goldeneth on deck.
Right. I have that fire pooling in my hand again, but it's both of them now, and there's just a confident grin on my face, and then I go like that. And I'm going to send 1 Scorching Ray to Entangled Guy and 2 to the guy on the other side.
Okay.
And I was wrong. I have to do an attack roll to each of them. So apologies.
No worries.
The one to
You
the
were
west,
gonna hit. At this
Yeah.
point, I'm like, everything hits my boys.
I know, and I'm rolling hot. The one to the, well, I'm not rolling hot with damage. I'm rolling hot with attack. So that's a 23 to hit.
Yep.
All right. And then the other 2, well, let me just do damage on that one. That's 5 damage to that guy.
Okay.
And then the guy to the east, that's one is a natural 20, and the other I'm going to use my inspiration, my bardic inspiration. Actually, you know what? I'll use my advantage.
Okay.
So that's much better. That's a 19 to hit.
Both will hit.
Okay, Ray the first is 9 damage. Ray the second is 10 damage.
All right. They are still looking pretty okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna get Sparkles on that guy too. And Sparkles is gonna attack for 12. Can I use my inspiration on a Sparkles attack?
How many did you use the inspiration on
I
the
had the
second one?
inspiration from last week, and then
Okay.
I have the bardic inspiration.
Okay, so yeah, I think. Well, I would say no, because it would have to be cast on Sparkles specifically for Sparkles to use.
That makes sense. Okay, so Sparkles, I assume misses.
Yeah, 12 won't. No, won't do it.
Makes his shoulder mildly warm. And then
Yeah.
comes back.
Yeah. I mean, it was a valiant attempt.
Yeah, it was a nice like warm breeze on his
Yeah.
face.
All right. Bring us to Goldeneth. You are currently pretty well hidden with Fizzle right next to you.
Right, I would like to short bow one that is engaged with the river.
Okay.
Here.
You will not have sneak attack on that one.
Well, crap.
But
But okay. That's awful.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be a 9.
Yep. 9 will not do it.
And I'm going to take my movement.
Okay.
And I'm going to close this distance here. And cunning action to try and hide again.
Okay.
And that'll be an 18.
All right. The one to your right, you have a indication that they still see you, or they saw you move. The one that is entangled does not see you.
Okay, got it. Thank you. And that's my turn. I appreciate it.
All right. River, you are up.
Kind of flail back a little bit because I can't hit this thing with my glaive.
All right. So it will get a attack of opportunity.
No, I'm not moving.
Oh, not moving.
I'm just kind of like flailing with my glaive off to the side, and I pull out a dagger and I slash at it basically with booming blade again.
Okay.
Nope, that is only a 9.
Nope.
And they have advantage because the glaive is distraction.
I meant to do this.
I totally meant to do this. but I think that's about it. I will just post up.
All right,
Okay.
River's done. Rue,
And
you are.
hold on, and dun.
Oh, Fizzle,
Fizzle's
Fizzle.
gonna come over here, but he's so confused because he can't see Golden.
Yeah, I was about to say I was going to motion for Fizzle to come over, but I forgot to mention. That's
Poor
fine.
Fizzle.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
Fizzle's like, sorry, Fizzle.
where did my person go? All right, Rue, you are up. Beldis on deck.
Rue's just gonna move straight down here. 25. Or is this bit of the wall still there? Like,
Sorry, I have something in my way. Which bit of wall?
let's ping it.
Yeah, we'll say no. Why not?
Okay.
You're a halfling, you're small, you can probably fit through it.
But I still don't know if I have line of sight on. I don't know. You know what? Rue's just gonna try to move her spiritual weapon a little bit closer and just hang out. Honestly, I don't know what. I don't think anything is in sight or it's blocked by someone else. So yeah.
All right, Beldis.
Okay, so seeing as everybody seems to be going to the east to dealing with something, I'm going to check out what's over on our west side. And I guess am I going to move over my 25 feet? Will I be able to see that one stuck in the entangle spell?
Yeah, you can see him.
Fantastic. I'm going to point at him and say, you know what the good thing about spells like that are? They grow on you. And with that, I'm doing Vicious Mockery. So please fail a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, my poor Knowles. Does a 16 save?
There's a 16 save. I want to say yes, but I'm not used to this character yet, so let me double check. There's that page. Yes, 16 saves, so nothing happens.
Okay. Speaking, any further actions?
Let's move. That's it. That's all I'm going to do this round.
Okay, well, that one is gonna try and get out of the entangle with a 7. You know, you win some, you lose some, you cry a little bit on the inside.
I'm just saying, not even half enough.
You know what? Roll 20, I'm not using you anymore. Alright, the Null Fang of Yinogu is going to make 3 attacks on River again. First attack is the bite. Does a 21 hit.
So,
Oh.
I meant to move Fizzle next to me, but Fizzle is a steel defender for a reason, and he barks and like grabs at his ankle, and he can use his reaction to deflect attack. The
Oh.
defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that is within 5 feet of it, provided it's not against Fizzle.
Okay, so I will make another roll.
And Golan just says, "You go, Fizzle."
Okay, does the 21 hit?
Not if I cast shield.
So many reactions.
Alright, what's your AC now?
22.
22. Okay, so he has 2 other attacks to try and hit you.
Yes.
Let's see here. That is a 22 exactly and an 18.
Okay, so the 22 hits.
Alright, you take... Oh, well, I just did that so I could easy roll damage. 8 slashing damage.
That is fair.
That's it. That's all I got this turn. That brings us to Karis.
Okay. Is my boy in the weeds? He's still alive, right?
Yep.
All right. We're going in with yet another firebolt. Because I can.
At advantage.
Yup.
Y'all are so good.
Yeah, that hits. That's it's a lot. It's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
So that's it's gonna be that 2d10. That's 10 plus woohoo 17.
How does this look?
So in the air, she just charges up that laser, and the fire gets hotter and hotter, and it goes almost, it gets white before it gets like a tinge of blue to it before she throws it forward at the null. And when it hits, it engulfs it in that bright, like white blue flame, just searing it. And she remains on her broom, cackling madly.
As one does. Maggie, you are up. Golneth on deck.
Trying to see if I could space it so I could do something different, but I can't. So I'm gonna just have fun with throwing fiery, flamey things again. And I'm gonna throw fiery, flamey things at this dude over here. And that'll be 3 scorching rays that I'm gonna be sending down his way.
All right.
And this time, can I use Bardic
Yes.
Inspiration? Okay, so that's a 7 added to. All right, that's a 1. So I got a natural 20, a 10, and a 12.
Okay, so the nat 20 will hit. The 10 and the 12 will miss.
All right, but I rolled okay, so that's 21 damage. Oh, sorry, that 14 damage.
14 damage?
Yeah.
They are still standing.
How are they looking?
Slightly bloodied.
Slightly, but a little singed. Some
A little,
singeing
yeah.
in there too.
More char than fur.
More char than fur. Nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and send Sparkles after him too. So that's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Awesome. And that's 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. And what type of damage is this?
Fire.
Fire. All right. Anything else?
No, that's that from me.
All right. That brings us to Golneth.
All right. I'm going to head over here. And I am going to use the repair on there. Okay, you know what? It's time to find some new dice. 12.
12 will not hit, unfortunately. Wait, you have advantage because you were stealth.
Okay. I appreciate that. That's much better. That's going to be a 19.
That will hit.
All right. D8, that's that one. That's going to be 9 total, 7 plus 2.
All right, and is that with sneak attack tied in?
Nope. But since you put it like that, we'll go ahead and roll that.
Yep, you've got allies within 5 feet.
That'll be 8 additional. And what did I say before? 7?
All right. It is barely holding on.
What I like to hear. That'll end it for me. Thank you.
All right, River.
Fizzle, get him. And Fizzle will attack. That is a 19.
That'll hit.
Fizzle will do 9 force damage.
How does Fizzle do this?
Fizzle literally just body slams him. Very, very hard.
Spare or slay?
Is this an undead creature?
No,
or...
this is a living gnoll.
Spare.
Okay. As the...
He sits on him.
Yep. So after that forceful slam, this thing goes down. It's probably several bruised ribs, labored breathing as it kind of loses consciousness as Fizzle sits on them, holding them down. As the battle around the temple has kind of hit a lull with no more enemies surrounding or incoming, you're given a moment to pause and to look around. There is a fire coming from the caravan's location, and the sound of screams and cries growing louder. And that is where we're going to go to break.
Caravan!
All right, we will be back in about 10 minutes, everybody. We'll see you then. Get some water, get some snacks, maybe, give Graham some crits, maybe.
No.
Don't do that. Do not do that.
Maybe I'll add a new command. It'll be like 10,000 bits. I don't
Can
know.
I spend my rewards on you?
I mean, if you want. But we will see you
about-
all shortly.
it'll switch the edit to the live stream.
Aha, we're live! Surprise, everybody!
Whoa!
Bet you weren't
that happen?
suspecting that. Hi, everyone. I hope you didn't miss us too much. We missed you just from the bottoms of our souls, that pitch inky black depths. So, we're back! Without further ado, where we last left off, our party had just defeated a group of gnolls and gnoll witherlings inside a temple within a destroyed city. And the cries and flames from the caravan had just reached their ears as the quiet of their area of the woods lessens. Can I get a perception check from all of you lovely players?
Perception.
Yes, please.
Perception. Pepperidge Farm remembers perception.
Can I just always take average?
Nope.
But it's a 9 average. I'll roll. It's fine.
13 for the rooster.
17 for the magster. Not as cool.
31.
A dirty one.
It's
All right.
It's a 14.
Okay.
14.
Anyone above a 17?
I got an 8.
What was that, Con?
Yeah, 22.
22. All right. Golaneth, you notice something that the rest of the party don't. What was a mist outside of the city proper when you first came in that was unwilling to enter, that cloud of energy, is no longer where it was. It is surrounding the city on every side, swirling like a sandstorm. It is expanded as it forms this cocoon around the city itself. Not coming in, but trapping everyone in with it. You notice that the gnolls are somehow entering the city from what must be beyond this mist and cloud and storm. Entering through it, some way of navigating it that you have not sussed out yet. What do you all do?
Good boy, Fizzle. Good boy.
I started
I just-
booking toward the caravan.
And I point to the mist and I just say there's no way around it.
Mm.
How's everybody doing?
Where is everyone going?
I've got heels.
Caravan.
Oh. Fizzle,
I'll take
step.
a heal. Caravan. Mist.
Or should I
Poke my
take
flask
Fizzle
and
with
take
us?
a quick hit.
Everyone who needs healing, go to Rue. Everyone else, get our prisoner, head toward the caravan, is what Karis says from above as she actually goes a bit higher, trying to get sort of a lay of the land to possibly either A, see more gnolls coming, and B, see the mists all around them and get like a situation.
Okay, how
An
high would you
assessment.
be? How high would you be flying?
If there is an indication that I would like hit the mist in some way, I would stop below that, but I think at least 50 feet up.
Okay, so about 200 feet up is where the mist kind of forms like a dome over the city, that you would be cutting it close. But 150 feet, yeah. You see, roll me another perception check at advantage because you do have height.
Sweet.
But also, I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if they see you.
That's say 8.
8. Sure is a lot of mist up here.
Sure is.
You see so what you would see is the caravan itself. You would be able to see that because you already had an indication of where the fire was. The caravans have formed like a circular structure where the magnificent mansion has been cast from the Maiden's Will.
Margaret Fred. Mhm.
Yeah. So Roswella, that's what it was. Roswella has that going, and there are several guards standing outside of it kind of defending. The caravan itself is to the east of where you were battling, to the east of the temple. But several of the caravans are on fire. You see the last ring of defenders standing atop the caravan and on top of the wagons and kind of forcing gnolls back, and hyenas and witherlings, and more are coming. They look almost overwhelmed at this point. There are
Yes.
several bodies, and one last thing, you do see several individuals that may have fallen or been captured, wrapped in nets, being dragged towards the mist itself.
We need to get back immediately. They need help. Is what she'd call to everyone and then start zooming that way on her broom.
I'm gonna
making
actually.
my way to Rue
Yeah.
because this shoulder does not feel good after that Noel got over the shield and smacked me.
How far away is the caravan?
About 400 feet.
All right, I'm gonna lose Sparkles for now, and I'm gonna turn into an owl in order to get there as quickly as possible. And book it.
All right.
Come on,
So-
Fizzle. He could stay. Let's go.
So Magfield's flying as an owl. Karis is flying in a broom. Everyone else is just running. Rue is healing Beldis.
Unfortunately, only 5 HP right there.
5's good.
That is 5 more than you had. And Golem.
For half of what he lost.
I am hauling elf.
All right. Karis, would you be stopping to pick up any of your companions when you tell
No,
us?
she's gonna keep height
Okay.
as she comes in over the caravan to keep advantage over all the gnolls that are currently on the ground and climbing wagons.
Okay. So you begin to book it, the group of you, towards the caravan. The sound of the maddening cackles of hyenas and the screams of those being dragged off, accompanying you every step, every flap, every few seconds. At around 200 feet, you hear a horn being blown. You are unfamiliar with this horn. It sounds ancient, almost, like a resonant splendor poured forth as from the mist, the very mist it parts on the eastern side towards the caravan. And Karis, from your position and from the rest of you, you see a group of Leonin part the mist, dressed in plated armor, wielding a banner that has an emblem of the sun, as they charge into the gnolls from the side, hitting the gnolls and pitting them against the caravan as a battle ensues. A few seconds later, you arrive to the site of gnolls fleeing and the last vestiges of their attack being driven away. Several Leonin have formed a perimeter, roughly, around what remains of the caravan. There are several wounded and dead. And as you approach, a Leonin with a mane of gray, dressed in bone-white plate, wielding a large lance, waves a claw to you. We thought we wouldn't make it. We're lucky to see that some of you lived.
So I think Karis is going to descend in a tight corkscrew down to, sweep herself off her broom. She would land in front of the Leonid, looking around to sort of assess the dead and the wounded, but would go ahead and speak to the Leonid as one of the first folks there. I don't mean to be rude, but how did you know that they'd be coming here and that we would need help? Who are you?
Roll me a insight check.
That is. What is insight? +5. That's a 19.
Okay. Have you engaged with Leonin before in your past?
I don't know. I
Uh,
don't think we ever got to talk about where she's from, so I don't know.
Well, I will say this, yeah. Leonin are all over the country, in all of the empires, and, you know, I think you would have at least encountered it, which makes
Exactly.
sense.
She knows what Leonin are, but she's specifically, I think, meaning their cadre that's clearly bearing this specific symbol. Like, whatever they are.
Yeah, so you are familiar with these subtle changes in the facial expressions of a Leonin, which is significantly different from most humanoid races, as the anthropomorphic kind of features don't have the same pull and tightness that, you know, a human's lips would. The individual looks at you, with serious eyes. My name is Vindred, of Clan Stormroar. As for how we knew that the gnolls would be here, he raises a hand and motions towards the storm raging around that purple mist. They always follow the storm. We've been tracking this group for weeks.
Oh, well met. I personally that now just forgot his name, but she would say,
Vindred.
well met. I'm Karis Nefsen, and I'm part of the group that's here to protect this caravan, and we're in your debt for your help. So you're saying the gnolls don't create this storm, they just follow it?
He pauses for a moment, almost as if shuffling between revealing too much and what he's privy to reveal. I don't know if they created it or if they simply follow it. What I do know is that it doesn't attack them like it attacks anyone without a banner. Our banners are imbued and hallowed by the Temple of Kavath. It is how we were able to get in safely.
How does one get these banners?
Well, they are rare. I am surprised that he eyes the remnants of the caravan. That you did not know to have one.
I don't think we expected this storm, one, to exist, or two, to be so encompassing. And she gestures around. Magic like this doesn't happen every day. And I would know.
I'm probably like starting to like mend some parts of like the wagons and stuff. And I kind of like look over at the Leonin. I don't remember this when I was traveling through here like 10 years ago. What happened? Has it always been here? Because I don't remember it.
It has not always been here. There were times when the Plane of Bones, well, for those who lived here, it was not known as the Plane of Bones to us. But it has only been in the past 3 years that this has begun. I don't know how. We don't know why. All we know is that the gnolls do not obey the Coalition. They are not the fangs and claws of us. And so we root them out and bring them to justice.
Do we know what the coalition is?
Roll me a history check. Anyone who would like.
I think I'll roll. Dirty 20.
Dirty 10.
21.
16.
All right.
15.
Oh my goodness, look at all these good rolls. Sorry, I have like the sniffles. So, what you would know about the Coalition itself. The Coalition is a loose grouping of the various races of the Plane of Bones. The Loxodon, Minotaurs, Centaurs, Leonin, and at one point the Gnolls. Tabaxi even, at one point prior to their migration down further south, did partake in the Coalition in ancient times, however are no longer present en masse here and have more successfully integrated with the Empire, the Assyrian Empire. The Coalition, at least in regards to Leonin, is made up of the different clans. The Moonclaw clan, Stormroar clan, Sunfur clan, Ashpaw clan, and Starmane clan. They all gather routinely following the movement of the moon to discuss issues and to democratically take steps as a group. They follow the natural order, Maggie, you would notice, they follow the natural order of the stars and the sun, well, suns, because there's numerous ones, on how they dictate their business, and the Coalition itself meets once a season to kind of gather everyone within the planes to address larger issues. Very rare is it that they have ventured beyond the planes, typically staying within their own borders. The Temple of Kavoth you are unfamiliar with, but that would be what you have access to.
So Maggie is holding a decanter that she's muttering at in Giant, and it's streaming forth a geyser of water, trying to put out the fires in the caravan. And she sort of like turns from it for a second and goes, excuse me. I just we do have a prisoner, so we could get some answers that way.
If he's still there, Fizzle came with us and isn't sitting on him anymore.
Oh. Oh well. And turns back to putting the fires out.
Well, he might be still unconscious. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to kind of survey the battlefield and see what I can't figure out, both about the Knolls, maybe the Leonin that fell in the battle, or anything else that I might be able to garner as far as clues to the Leonin, the Knolls, the Mist, or anything else that the Leonin didn't just tell us.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
Okay, I can do that for you. Don't fail me, new dice. Okay, yeah, no, that's a 10. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you kind of go around the caravan and the ruins of it, it seems as if the outer caravan guards had set a perimeter as they were moving throughout the city, and at some point were ambushed. They fell back unexpectedly, and most of the bodies you notice were cut down on the retreat towards the circled wagons. Once the Knolls kind of hit the circle of wagons, most of the guards that were there had, set up a perimeter of being on top of the wagons with spears, firing arrows. It doesn't look like the Knolls breached that perimeter. And you see several people had been pulled off the wagons towards the mansion and dragged inside, as there is layers of wounded laying on the central floor of the inn itself, being tended to as best as possible. Donna here, the cleric with the caravan, is moving person to person, frantically casting healing spells and trying to staunch wounds, but he is one person.
I would like to assist that one person with as much as my healing skill and my what I can as well apply to it.
Sure.
And I would take the information and kind of marry it up with Paris's, conferring with her the what I was able to discern in my brief walkabout.
I think Rue would have probably got there about the same time as Beldis and would be, I think, Aura would pop Aura Vitality and then just be trying to like bonus action. I don't know what that looks like out of combat, but like bonus action healing anyone who needs it.
Yeah, I mean, Flavor, how do you envision it?
I mean, I think there would be like a little bit of triage, just like visually running around, and then it's just kind of like not not necessarily snapping, but like you see if she sees somebody like limping away or like holding something, just like points to them, and a little heal goes their way.
Um, yeah. So as Beldis and Rue, as the two of you begin to assist Donna here with the more serious injuries, you see Boar is one of the injured. It seems that he has a large laceration going from the side of his face all the way down the front of his torso. He is alive and standing, but if this was anyone that wasn't a Goliath, this would be a significantly worse wound, probably mortal. He and his sister are carrying some of the wounded that have been kind of gauzed up and kind of setting them aside away from the more injured himself. Among the dead, not all of them have been accounted for, but you do recognize Borin Bronson, the dwarven blacksmith of the caravan, is dead. It looks as if there are several people crying over him, and it looks like he was punctured by javelins about 3 times, and then there's a large bite on his neck.
Return to the mountain, good brother.
Maybe we should send a soldier to go after the person who was unconscious so we could find out where they might be taking everybody.
That's right. Who were people dragged away? Like, did the Leonin stop the ones that were being dragged away, or were some people successfully taken?
The Leonin did not chase. Once, I'll give this to you for free. It looks like the Leonin's goal when they came across this fight changed from pursue and destroy the gnolls to protect all of you.
Right.
And several of them are dealing with their own wounds. It seems as if almost all of them are dressed in that
Right.
uniform plate armor, and several of them are laying hands on each other and murmuring prayers to the suns. And you see like the faint glow of divine light as wounds are just miraculously healed.
But are there people missing?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
are they gone?
Yeah.
Okay. And they are not accounted for. So I think that would be Karis's next question to the Leonin is, were people still taken? Did they make off with our other members?
The Leonin eyes your caravan for a moment. Given outside of the mist, they may not have had any vision
Right.
of how many of you there were. He offers a sympathetic roll of his shoulders. We tried to save as many as we could.
Where would they go? Where would they take them?
I think it's best if you all come to the Temple of Kavath. It is on the way to where I suspect your companions were taken. We can protect you and your clan
She's
while
like,
you recover.
that works. It's close enough. We might as well be. I need to confer with my clan leaders about what we have to do next. We don't decide where the caravan goes. And so she'd, take her leave of him and go to the leaders of the caravan and say, this is our options.
Yeah, so the remaining leaders of the caravan are Donna here, who is currently tending to the injured, who's probably the most busy out of them. You have Brigitte and Bor. Bor is also helping, and so is Brigitte. Roswella Dernst is repeatedly, getting medicine from up in the various cabinets that have been like summoned by her mansion spell. There is no sight of Murgover, and you have already confirmed that Borin is dead.
I'm gonna go up to the. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of that, once I realized that Borin has been slain, how's his carriage looking?
So his carriage, which was enchanted as a traveling blacksmith that would not catch fire, is significantly damaged, almost beyond repair, even magically.
Oh, is the enchantment kaput?
Yeah.
Never
It
mind.
looks. Roll me an investigation check, but I'll give you this part for free. There are several scorched bodies of gnolls by the forge that it looks like whatever magical runes that may have protected his caravan, he detonated.
Oh. I got a 16 on my investigation.
16, yeah. It looks like, from the scorching on the walls of the wagon itself, it looks like Borin was safe from the fire as it detonated. It looked like from your investigation check, it looks like he was shielding someone or someones when this went off. And that in the time it took from them to exit the caravan and get closer to the internal part of the perimeter was when he was struck.
Okay, thank you. I wanted his carriage.
Yeah. It's not impossible to repair. It is just, it's going to take extensive work.
And I don't have the enchantments right now to do so.
Nope.
That was the important part.
Exactly.
So,
Like the enchantments are gone, and it would be more work than.
yeah, it'd be more work than it's worth it. So in that case, I'm just gonna go back to repairing what can be salvaged.
This man's been dead for like all of 5 minutes, and you're trying to call dibs on his guy.
Hey, there's priorities. Having a smithy that works is a very big priority for the constantly beset by enemies.
Jen, you're 100% correct. Yes, it's calling dibs.
100%. So Karis will actually approach Brigitte and Bor, since they seem to be like defensively the folks to talk to in regards to the safety of the caravan and decisions on that front. So she's going to approach them and set out. We know we're missing people, and the Leonids have offered to take us to a temple that is known to bless and provide protections against these storms that the gnolls follow. It also might be on the way to where we can retrieve our missing people. Alternatively, we can cut our losses and continue on. But that would not be my preference.
And Rue, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, are the Murgovers spectral steeds still around?
No.
Okay, well that goes that lead. Never mind.
Yeah, it looks like the vast majority of the baubles within Murgover's shop are scattered or destroyed. and it looks like the steeds probably got killed by gnolls, or whatever magic was keeping them around dissipated.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think that he Boar eyes Brigitte and kind of motions and points upstairs. Do you want to grab the rest of your group? We should have a talk.
I can do that. And she'd signal for everybody, hey, come on. We need to talk.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
Okay.
she'd, usher folks in, sort of calling them out by name.
Do you really need me? I'm hammer.
If you're not healing someone, we're gonna need you.
Okay,
If someone's life is not legitimately in your hands.
fine.
So that gives Rue a free pass to like not be there if they're healing folks.
Fine.
Because
Yeah,
we'll just relay to you.
She's
in that
healing
case.
and dealing out there.
Maggie comes, but sort of stands a ways back and sort of has her arms crossed.
I'm still healing, dealing with whoever I can, and
Roll me a
The
medicine
healers get a
check.
free pass, so everybody who's not a healer is gonna go up with
medicine check.
Yep, you as well, Rue.
26.
Whoa! Whew!
That's one of my expertise skills.
That's
Good reason.
that's an 11.
All right, so 37 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep that number in your head, Beldes, for when I get back to you. As the rest of you are ushered upstairs into I would say it's the most typical, average tavern room you can imagine. Not due to lack of description on my part, but because the spell itself, it seems that Roswell is just forming the most average experience for rooms. Not encouraging creativity with the spell, but more of a utilitarian need. Boar and Brigitte walk into the room. Brigitte looks fairly uninjured. She has an empty quiver over her shoulder. And Boar kind of sits down. He's still dripping blood from the slash across his chest, and he kind of sits down heavily into the bed. I don't think that if we continue on, we're gonna make it by ourselves. And with all the damage that the caravan has had, I don't think we could take a fight like that again. That's not me being a pessimist. You're always a pessimist. It's not me being a pessimist, it's being a realist. Call it
He's
whatever you
right.
like.
And Karis speaks up then. He's right. Realistically speaking, if this happens again, it will be even more devastation and we'll have even more losses, both of life and of property. At
It's
this
not
point, going with the Leonids is probably the safest idea, even though it hurts us terribly in terms of our time to arrival. But it's no good to arrive anywhere if we're dead.
If not for the luck of the clan arriving, would not we all be dead?
Oh, I think that's probably pretty close to the mark. They said it would be easy. Or just go across plain bones and nothing bad gonna happen there.
That's always what they say, but you notice they never come with you after saying that.
I did notice that.
Also, Plain of Bones is just the name might have given you it.
It wasn't always the Plain of Bones. She does point out then But even so, the Leonid have offered us an escort to their temple. And at that temple, potentially, we can be provided the same banners that they wield that keep these storms at bay. They were surprised that we didn't have one. So, at the very least, we could acquire protection going forward. I don't know if you want, at that point, when we arrive at the temple, for us to attempt to retrieve some of our missing people from wherever they were taken. But we can decide that now or decide it then.
I think it should be a raise of hands. Everyone in this room that's in favor, say, well, I was going to say raise your hand, but you can say aye.
I
He looks to go enough.
Aye.
Alright, aye, then it's settled. We'll
Wait, no, you don't want my vote?
What's your vote?
I don't really care. So sure, let's go.
Alright, well that's 4 in favor. Alright, so we'll pack up, and he turns to Brigitte. How many of the wagons are still functionable? And she offers a shrug. River, you have been able to repair over the course of the beginning point in which you were focusing on that. You have been able to repair several of the wagons. There are probably about 6 functional wagons.
Got 6 wagons ready to go. If they're not ready to go, they will be soon if they're repairable.
Alright, I think we need to get out of here as soon as possible.
We'll help organize everyone that is still living, get them on the wagons, and prepare to leave with the Leonids then.
I'm going to go assist River in repairing some wagons, see what I can do to help them out.
Alright, at least one of you should, do a quick go around of this city or town. I saw several people dashing into old buildings, hiding when the fight started, so it's possible some of them are alive.
Karis would look to Maggie and say, "You and me, we
I'll
can
help.
How about I'll take one direction, you take the other. We'll circle up to sweep the town and see who else we can find and bring them back to the caravan. Deal?"
I'll help. I also want to suggest that you make the caravan clearly safe to people who might be within earshot. Play music, do something to let them know that the danger has passed, so some of them will come back on their own in case we don't find them.
Good idea.
I think that's a good idea. Wouldn't have thought that myself. I'll talk with Roswella, see what she can do.
All right. And so Karis would go ahead and go back downstairs to start searching the town for anybody who ran off.
And I would go the other way.
All right. Brigitte does also, join you all, taking more time to just kind of find a body, drag it back, or, occasionally finding someone that has been hidden among the ruins and guiding them back as well. Can you both make me make a case? I will say, personally, I think either survival or perception. But if
totally going with survival.
Okay.
unless we have to both make the same roll, in which case
no, either
okay.
or.
Right.
Can I make a case for investigation?
Sure. What's your case? That you're
My case
investigating
would be
for
that
people?
she's going to be searching in more of a less about a tracker's perception and more of just if I were someone running from where are the most likely places for people to go, that deductive reasoning sort of way of going about her search. So it'd be less about looking for signs and more about reasoning through like the psychology of someone running in fear, and based on the conditions of the houses, like where the hiding places might be, looking for them that way.
Sure.
Systematically.
Yeah.
So yay! Because that gives me a 23.
All right, Maggie, yours?
So I rolled a 15,
Mhm.
but I want to see if I can supplement it. And if not, that's fine. Maggie's going to use speech of beast and leaf as she's walking around and just suggesting to the rats of the area, like you may have been displaced when some humanoids came into your space. If you just show me where you are, I will get rid of them for you.
Yeah. Roll 1d4.
4.
4. All right. So as you come into the first home, when you cast this, because this is a scene that I think needs to happen. Anytime I get to roleplay an animal, as you walk into the first building, you see a brown rat with kind of bitten and chewed ears, as it's kind of moseying around looking distressed. Um, as you get closer, you hear, "Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, bother! Where did it go?"
you you maybe had some humans come through or humanoids come through here a while back.
Oh,
If you could
giants!
show me.
Oh, you're a giant.
I am very tall. That is a good point. I am very, very tall. Anything like me around here?
Lots of things. Stamp, stomp.
Stamp, stomp. Show me stamp and stomp.
It scurries between your feet.
I follow.
I mean, it's indicating that your feet
Oh,
are named Stamp
yes.
and Stomp.
Oh, are there other stamps and stomps?
It kind of stands up on like its back legs and like twitches its nose, like, "Follow me, follow me. Cheddar knows the way." And it sets off outside of the house and begins to zigzag and dart between buildings. Um, you are able to find, with Cheddar's help, 6 of the individuals that were traveling with the caravan but weren't necessarily traders or merchants, just people joining. You find a family of 3, and you find a young man and a young woman who had been
I'm
kind of taking shelter.
I'm gonna give Cheddar some good berries as a thank you. Thank.
Cheddar will stuff as many good berries as they can get all in their cheeks at once
Yes.
and scurry
So
back
many
off.
good berries. Don't eat too many at once. Bye.
Karis, as you make your way, flying over, kind of gleaning where someone would run if they could, your eyes are kind of brought to this building of stone, which is a little bit out of character of this city's makeup, in that most of the buildings were kind of rotted wood and, makeshift slabs of smooth rock. This is more chiseled, clearly not by the work of human hands. And within it, as you kind of fly down to glean some information, um, you see iron bars, almost as if this was a makeshift jail that was made by the town. And you see 3 individuals that have locked the door behind them, locking themselves in. The door itself, not the most stable. It looks like some of the rock, due to erosion, has kind of worn away over time. Over the next 20 or so minutes of prying and them assisting you to push from the inside, the bar gives way, the internal mechanism, and the door swings open, and you have rescued 3 individuals.
Sounds good.
Beldis and Rue. Beldis, 32?
The number we rolled for our combined heal check is 37.
37.
There was also something else I would like to do if available.
Hit me with it. I'm always
All
game.
right. So they had their little meeting up there where we're doing our little save everybody from dying out here.
Mhm.
And as they're coming out, I've probably noticed Mag and Karis take off in one direction. River and Golineth Are they kind of lumbering towards us in any direction, anyway?
Yeah, I think so. When they went upstairs, they would be coming down the main central stairway, and you're in the central room, so you would see them. You would have seen them come in, go up, and come down.
Perfect. I will probably dealing with somebody with a bite wound. Just tell them here, put pressure on this. Stand up, turn, face River, Goleth. You two, come here. Wave them over. I hope they
Sure.
respond.
Head over there.
What are you doing?
Repairing. I'm gonna go repair some more wagons.
Whatever they ask me to.
You're going to help River. I love this plan. You're about the same height. Do me a favor. Put a hand on each other's shoulder.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Okay.
if you had to pick one of 6 core statistics that would help you repair wagons, what would that one be?
Probably an intelligence check.
Fantastic. I was hoping you were going to say that. I'm going to pull in. I'm going to reach in my components pouch, pull out a little bit of fox fur, take a quick sniff of it, blow on them. And with that, I am casting enhance ability on the both of you. You have advantage on intelligence checks for the next hour.
And I'm just going to go, what the? Oh,
I feel sharp.
okay.
Yeah. Excellent. Get at it. I go immediately back to the person. No, you're holding it wrong, and
Wonder Twin powers
you
activate.
address the pressure on the wound.
All right, Goloneth.
I am helping.
Maybe go hold. You can hold the plank of wood while I nail it into place.
I'll do it. And I hold it well.
Yeah. If you two both want to make me intelligence checks, Beldis and Rue.
With proficiency.
Yes.
Okay.
An advantage.
Oh my gosh, so many rolls.
Wait, us or River and Goblin?
Yeah. I'm going back because your scene was rolling the 32 or 37. 36.
37.
Somewhere in the
We
30s.
did really
didn't
It's
matter.
a
good.
37.
It's a lot.
So, the most serious injury on the floor for the two of you is a young woman. She has taken a javelin critically close to her heart and is on death's door. The two of you, between a mixture of magic and medicine and various poultices and stitching, are able to save her life.
Yeah, I think Rue would have tapped all of her first level and
Definitely.
third level. I think also created food and water for the camp, which is
Okay.
like 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water, just for I don't know.
For
People
like
are
cleaning
hungry.
bandages and stuff.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. River and Goloneth, what was the dice rolls?
I didn't roll yet. That was
Dirty
just
20.
straight up roll, right?
Yeah. Oh, advantage because if
Okay. Oh, this 14.
14. And a dirty 20. 34 total. Between the two of you, you are able to fix 3 more wagons. Whether it was tearing replacement wheels off of the ones that cannot be salvaged, or
Look.
repairing the, I think they're called, oh god, what are they called?
axles.
Well, not the axles, but there's a specific type of joint that connects the axles underneath the bottom of the wagon. That I'm
An
not.
Axle joint?
Maybe? I don't know. I'm not a wagoneer.
I look longingly at the forge wagon as I tear its wheels off.
Roll.
It's
Roll me
okay.
1d20 with nothing added,
Just flat.
just a flat roll, and I'm gonna roll. And if I'm higher than you,
A 7.
As I'm
So
helping her
roughly.
tear the wheel off, maybe holding the other side, can I look into the wagon and see if there's anything that I could salvage for either
sure.
him or Fizzle?
Yeah. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Well, you were really close, Mare. I rolled an 8.
It's okay.
An advantage.
You know what? I hate these dice. I hate all dice. I'm going all digital.
Did you use your advantage?
Oh, I have advantage on that?
All
Intelligence
intelligence
based
checks
checks.
for an hour.
Okay, that's not much better, but it is better with the 13.
13. Yeah,
Yep.
you are able to find 3 long swords,
Okay.
a spear. Who wants to be in charge of writing down all the loot that you guys get? Because it's not going to be me.
I can't read my own
I figured
handwriting.
the people who pick it up are writing it down in their stuff.
I mean, that's fair. But some parties do like communal loot, and then they just kind of divvy it out.
You want me to? I can start.
Whoever would like to can do it, or if you want to keep it separate, it does not affect me, because if you don't remember it, I don't need to remember it.
Have a
I can
doc
s-
open. I can write it down. What was that? 3 long swords.
3 long swords and a spear.
Okay.
You find 1 hammer. It is emblazoned with dwarven runes, with a black leather haft wrapped in a slick black leather, and at the base where a pommel would be it looks like a engraving of a stone with a symbol that you don't recognize.
So it's obviously special. It's not
I
being a thief, I would know that there was something to it, even though I don't know what
I
it
will tell
is
you
to
this
it.
much. As a DM, I will describe and over flavor weapons that you get sometimes that have no magical properties. So I will 100% tell you that. You can spend a hour with a magic item to attune it. Through our homebrew rules, you will not know the magical properties until it is identified with a magic spell.
All right.
Or you fuck around and find out.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You get to mess around and find out. I strongly suspect that this is our good friend the blacksmith's former hammer, but
Did you say that was a symbol that we did recognize or don't recognize?
That you did not recognize.
Does it look like
Okay.
the same runes and writing that was on the fountain?
I mean, you can make me an investigation check.
You know what? I'm going to do that since I have advantage. And I mean, why not, right? Okay. Good job, Dice. 23.
All right, 23.
Oh, yeah.
So, the rune on the base of the pommel does match up with one of the runes on the fountain. Again, without a cipher or without understanding the language or the religious connotation, not necessarily something that you would be able to identify the meaning, but you definitely recognize the symbol as an identical symbol. It looks like a 6-fingered hand with a hammer in the pommel.
Okay. I'm going to give River the hammer and just tell him, be like, I don't know if it's anything more than just a hammer, but this is for you. And then I look down at Fizzle and say, and Fizzle.
Thanks.
And pet the good boy.
I use a glaive, but if I could smelt it down, make something cool.
That's yours. Do with it as you please.
I'll just open up my bag and just drop it in where it disappears.
And then I'll hold up the rest of them and just ask if anybody needs arms.
Maggie's not there, but she would totally like clueless with that. I have 2 already. It's weird.
And fine arms they are.
Thank you.
would any of the other, I guess, caravan soldiers that survived want to take, I guess, weapons?
Oh, yeah. You can definitely find individuals, whether they are now the travelers that were just traveling, being armed as like extra added help. I think after an attack, people are far more likely to stock up on weapons than before. And this is very much one of those cases where, you know, even some of the individuals in the caravan that formerly had no training and weren't armed are now at least armed with a knife or, you know, a mundane weapon that they can defend themselves if need be.
Can Is the Fizzle still watching the unconscious Knoll?
No.
No.
He was called off of the null, and we sort of just abandoned him.
Yeah.
Where he lied.
Because he was unconscious.
Fair. I guess Rue would like to check if there's any dead gnolls around, if there's any sort of. You said that there is a Wainwright company, something or other around. A
Yeah,
deed.
The Wainwright
Sorts?
Company was the company that sold the house for the murdered individuals that were headed towards
Ye-
Oakledge.
Yeah, Rue would like to see if there's any sort of connection with that company and these gnolls, I guess.
Okay. So as you're taking a look around, roll me investigation.
Don't fuck my dice.
Hmm.
If someone went back though to check if he was still there, like if Maggie and
I think
Karis
Rue
were,
would probably check that one because it was like a
yeah,
bigger one or like
Well,
a more
I would say at this
leader.
point it's been about an hour with all that you guys have been doing. What was your result, Rue?
16. Sorry,
16. You don't find anything linking them to the Wainwright Company. You do find a lot of home furnished accoutrement made out of bone, skin of various probably sentient creatures, and you find a lot of macabre accoutrement, but nothing like paper. You do find, searching over their bodies, a little bit of gold, though. You find 6 gold and 32 silver.
Okay. I think she would just kind of throw that on the ground around if anybody wants to pick it up. She's not really interested in that so much, but yeah, and kind of call out. It's like, yeah, I don't know. They just kind of seem like maybe they're just monsters coming to attack.
Have Maggie and I guess, returned with all of our, I guess, rescued individuals.
Yes, about that time you probably arrive with your rescued individuals. And that's probably around the same time that River and Golaneth have finished repairing the wagons and, getting their loot.
Mm.
I'm walking in with my arms like kind of around the group that I got, sort of patting one on the back, and yeah. You thought maybe they had something to do with the company that got the family on the road.
I mean, perhaps I don't understand why else, they would be in cahoots with the storm and the families, found refuge here.
Question: what do I know about nulls? Like just generally.
Generally, you can find them involved with the Empire and with several of the countries. Most of them are pretty stand up. One could suspect, given your arcane background, that the Malevolence maybe could have done something to them, or, there are savage clans and tribes of people, whether they're, humans, elves, all over the world. There are collections of bad people doing bad things.
Yeah. So I'd sort of pass that along. I'm like, bad people do bad things all over this place. From what the Leonids say, it sounds like these might be a group that have taken advantage of what the storm provides them and have been sort of feasting on its wreckage for a while now.
Opportunistic predators.
Mm-hmm.
But then why prisoners? What would they do with prisoners?
Live food
I don't
doesn't
want to think
spoil.
too hard on that at the moment. And she does look like distinctly a little bit sick. Like she knows all kinds of horrible things that could be being done to these people, and she definitely doesn't want to think about it. But she's gonna go towards the front of the caravan and sort of start, I guess, organizing people to get going, and maybe talk to the Leonids and say, hey, we're probably getting ready to leave.
Yep.
Beldis, what did you suggest?
I was just simply pointing out that live food doesn't spoil.
Mm.
I imagine all of that has quite an appetite.
Well, I mean, is it worth the risk, though? I don't know where this axe is going. Darling, is it worth the risk, though, to take live prisoners when you've got an army bearing down on you?
They really, really wanted those prisoners. They're important for some reason, more than just snacks. Or she'll really get her voice low so no one else in the caravan can hear. Or, material for weapons. So, yeah, I think Rue's right. It must be for something important. We're all quiet thinking about people being made into weapons.
I mean,
Very good weapons,
how else do you
though.
get sentient weapons, though?
There's better ways. But they could use something better. Flesh is a terrible armor.
Maggie's going to be the one to fucking say it. She's going to be the one to say, hey, they make weapons out of bones. They took some of our friends.
That does not sound like a good way to go.
Well, they probably go first. Well, maybe not. Anyway, we should probably get the caravan going.
Yep.
It chased us for how many days?
I believe it was about 5.
5 days. A fight. Raise your hand if you're just a little tired right now.
I was probably gonna go take a nap.
This is
Meditated at the park.
I guess another question is, why did our caravan not have an imbued banner if they've crossed the plane of bones before?
He did make it sound like that's something that everybody knows they're supposed to have, but maybe he just feels that way because he knows.
Likely.
Didn't he say he did say it's only like the last 3 years and it wasn't everywhere?
True. And to be fair, they're part of the coalition, and the coalition takes care of their own, but coalition doesn't have anything to do with the caravans coming through here. And they don't have any particular responsibility to them either. Besides these nice folk, though.
They don't sell those banners in supply stores.
As far as I know, and as far as the Leonids say, they only provide them at the temple they're taking us to.
Are you within earshot of the Leonin? I mean, this is me asking you.
Yes.
Sure, why not? Like, you're not hiding.
At the mention of banners being provided, if you all want to, you all have a passive perception over 5, so
yeah,
you would notice the briefest amount of concern on Vindred's face, the subtle crease of his brow for a moment as he pauses what he's doing. He was like lifting one of his companions up from the ground where they had been injured and been healing him. And then he tries his best to keep a poker face as the caravan begins to, get ready to go underway.
Vindred? You said?
Mm-hmm. Vindred.
Who was Vindred again? I can't see.
Vindred is the Leonin captain of Clan Stormroar. Sorry, Vindred. Yeah, Vindred.
Okay.
Of Clan Stormroar. He is the Leonin guard that has a lance.
Right. And he had the concerned look when we started talking about this. Okay. You know something about this? Pointing right at him and just straight out calling it out.
About what?
Why we didn't have a banner? Do you know why?
No.
Because that poker face looked pretty god awful. How tall is Ventral?
Tall. Like
Great.
6'8", maybe?
Oh, that's fantastic. He's got 24 useless inches on this dwarf, so I'm basically staring at him.
Um, roll me an insight check, Beldis.
Oh, you an insight check.
Yes, please.
Guess what happens to be my other
Is it insight? Almost like
eight? That's an 18.
okay. I don't know why you wouldn't have a banner. I know that we provide them and have supplied them to Outlanders. But I have never seen any of the unfortunate individuals crossing our realms using them.
Hey, Beldus.
Hmm.
It's probably not a good idea to ask him, and I'd like to yell really loud. Hey, Bridget! Hey, Boar! How come you don't have a banner?
They were next.
Boar offers a shrug, like, how the fuck was I supposed to know? Go have a banner. No one told me this. I'm just here to, protect.
And you did a fine job.
We's hired the adventurers. The caravan was supposed to have everything else. I'm not
Except the
a
banner
wizard.
to protect the people.
Yeah, I'm not a wizard. Brigitte's not a wizard. We had wizards. You know, how am I supposed to know if something's holy water or not?
I hear
Splash.
words, but I don't hear you taking responsibility.
Well, to be fair, they're not the only ones that were on the thing. Who was like in charge of like the whole caravan?
That was. Let me pull up my notes.
And do I believe everything they just said?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, does he
Very
sound like he's
Harrison.
actually
Yeah.
hiding something?
I will.
Yeah.
I'll be straightforward with you as a DM. Over the months that some of you have traveled with Boar, very straight shooter.
Okay.
I think Karis has been with the caravan for a long while, and she looks like she completely 100% knows that Boar had probably nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
It probably was someone else, but
from Boar's standpoint, Boar's job was to handle hiring protection, such as mercenaries and guards. If something was needed that was magical, they would not have gone to him or his sister. And it's not really known who they would have gone to.
Who is in charge?
So in charge is several people, unofficially. You have Annie Sewen, which is the High Elven proprietor of Annie's Seeds and Sundries, from the Feywild. They are currently missing. You have Roswella Durst, not a wizard, runs the tavern that she summons. You had Bor and Brigitte, Borin, Donahir, and Murgover, who were all of them. Murgover was one of the first, if not the individual that would have been responsible for a magical item, as he runs a magnificent magical item shop.
Vindred, um, you, you say that you supplied these things to Outlanders, but nobody's used them. How did you supply it? Did you sell them in like bulk, or was there a middleman, or did something disrupt because nobody knows about these or has seen them?
Vindred lowers his voice. It is still that thunderous roar, but dulled and quiet. You should speak with the elders. It is unsafe and unwise for me to ask such questions. They will know more and can help.
Thank you.
He'll offer a nod, and him and the Leonin begin to, start forming up a column on either side of the caravan and start leading you out of the storm. As they get to the storm, there is this glowing light that emanates from their banner.
Can I, watching this banner, discern what kind of magic is on it
Sure, roll
as
me an
I watch
Arcana
it
check
work?
at disadvantage.
Cool.
Is it still within the hour? Since I cast
That was on River and Gulinath.
that was, you're right. Never mind.
Look at that. Sometimes I pay attention.
There you go.
Even so, I've got like crazy Arcana bonuses, so don't worry about it. It's fine. It's a 19.
Okay. This is not a spell that you have ever seen cast at your time studying magic. What you suspect is it is a mixture of several spells. A mixture of the Dispel Magic effect, as well as the Hallowed spell cast on an item, rather than a location. A mixture of divine and arcane magic combined into one effect.
I looked like noticeably impressed as I seemed to be watching the banner move through the storm as like its magic activates. So
You will notice that they have two banners within their group, one at the back taking up the vanguard and the other one taking the front, as they usher you out. The next few hours, it's about a 9-hour trip to the Temple of Kavath. This large pyramid structure built almost entirely out of sandstone and slabs of limestone. It has been built on layers upon layers. Behind it is a waterfall, one of the first large structures you have seen in the plains at all. It is hidden behind a almost perpetual mist that comes off the waterfall, coming over this river that surrounds almost like a makeshift moat, where fields of crops are being grown surrounding the city. There are no walls, however, there are several guard posts circling the city. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Nope.
Nope.
oh, it's exciting.
Graham, quick
Yeah?
note for yourself. You got a crit from chat.
What? Me?
What?
Anonymous does not like us.
I'm taking that GG
man.
back.
This is also
Oh.
a DM. It's DM solidarity.
That's
There's, you
okay.
know,
Can I say though, before we end during this 9-hour trip, River would have been like, "I'm gonna go take a nap. Call you.
Yeah.
Call me if you need me."
Yeah,
And I would-
all of you can get a rest over this time in the
Okay.
Yeah.
traveling caravan.
I will also note that Karis notably takes less rest than others. Like she voluntarily remains more on guard for others and keeps circling with the Leonids like on her broom to
As
make
does
sure that something doesn't come up.
Galina, even less than already less
Yeah.
have to.
I would have gone up to Fizzle after saying this, and then I would have turned into like mist and gone inside the little thing on his collar
Oh.
and disappeared for 6 hours, unless you needed me.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh, that's great. All right. Does everyone remember who started with introducing themselves?
It was me. Do you want me to go first again?
Yeah. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are some
Hi.
cool projects you've got going on?
Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. I also stream on Twitch on my own channel at /Marefeather. Every Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I run an Invisible Sun game on my channel. I also play in Numenera on Open for Adventure at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays, and premiering on April 18th, which is a Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm running a D&D 5e game in the Shadowfell called Veil of Shadows. That'll also be on Open for Adventure. Also, just check my Twitch schedule. I do a bunch of other things like charity streams and stuff like that. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Next.
And I am Confounded, better known as Con. And you can find me on Twitter at the Confounded. I'm doing all kinds of things and a little bit of stuff. Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. You can find out about all the things there. Love your faces. Thank you.
And Adam, Damas Lamas on the internet. I think I have a game on Gilding Light. I do have a game. I don't know why I said I think. This upcoming Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific, will be the end of season 1. It's like a post Waterdeep game, and it's like very Scooby Doo-ish. And also this Sunday, I think is the last session of our Curse of Strahd campaign over on Featherfall Tabletop. We are fucking fighting Strahd now! Other than that, I'll be here every other Tuesday.
It's a wooden stake to drive into Strahd's heart. That's
I love
Suck
it.
it,
We're
Strahd.
gonna need it. We're gonna.
I shouldn't be allowed to have props, but I do. Hello, my name is Bob. You can find me on this Twitter and on the Twitch at Cycler One Eye, a couple other various Discords as well. I will occasionally Twitch chat me painting random little thingies, and I don't know. It helps me stay focused when I do it. Otherwise, I will be volunteering a lot of my time with various organizations that are trying to start up in any way they can for youth and youth organizations so that the kids can finally get off their butts and do something. Social distance in the woods while you're walking around is great. However, kids get lost. Well, hopefully not. That's about all I got. So, next.
I'm Jen, and I'm here every other Tuesday evening, and that's what I'm online doing. And you can find me on Twitter at Quixote Jen.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kari. You can only find me here as Graham Crackers exclusive content every other Tuesday and every Friday. I do not have a Twitter. I will never have a Twitter. You will never find me there. Sorry, but not sorry. It is a cursed place. More power to all of you. But if you find me anywhere else, congratulations. But you should probably just eliminate that knowledge from your mind. Just wash that away.
Oh gosh, that leaves me. Hi everybody, my name is Graham or Graham Crackers. This is my channel. Thank you for showing up and watching us. You are all a delight. If you like seeing more, you can find me every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on this channel, playing Geharis Nervos in Goldshine Investigations. Every other Saturday, you can find me on Polished Cryptid, it's channel where I play Mavrin Minados, a tiefling sorcerer warlock pirate, which is fantastic. Outside of that, for the next 2 weeks, you can find me on Open for Adventure in the final 2 episodes of the Uncaged Anthology, playing Samander Tennant, the little half-elf cleric that could, in PTSD the game. Outside of that, you can find me in a talk show on the 18th, which I can't announce yet, but you'll hear about it next week, on Tuesday. Outside of that, you can find me on Twitter, GrahamCrackers1, or you can find me, just saying pss, 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 in various Discords. We are going to raid our good old friends, We Are Nerdsmith, who are playing some D&D. Imagine that.
Woohoo!
Such
All
a fun
right.
game. We should try it sometime.
Yeah, definitely. We should. And everyone, thank you for coming. I love you all so, so, so much. Stay healthy, stay happy, and have a wonderful rest of the week. From us here at Graham Crackers International Enterprise, LLC. We are headed over in 8 seconds. So I hope that you'll join us and spam some Graham love in the chat.
Damn it.
Spam it.
Spam, spam, spam.